What's going on, guys? This is the DeFi Crypto Alliance show where we do our best to be the bridge between our fellow real estate investors, entrepreneurs alike, and the cryptocurrency world. Because crypto is the best, the juiciest opportunity to grow your wealth, in our opinions, over the next year, maybe a little longer, and nothing's even close. Welcome along on the journey, you guys. We always appreciate you guys coming on, especially to Friday open mic show day, which is a ton of fun. This is our favorite day. So we're pleased to have you guys along. Corey, take it away.
Good morning, Paul for Kittens. Are you guys enjoying National DCA Day? We declared today to be DCA Day yesterday, Dane, on yesterday's show, because the rest of the world could not, not all of our viewers can celebrate 4th of July. So we said, well, it's National DCA Day, not only DCA Day, but they get the front run Corey Geary on his DCA, because I'm going to DCA today. I haven't done it yet. You still have the opportunity to front run me right now. And these juicy prices, I would suggest you do it. Actually, no financial advice. You can go buy bonds and stocks. It's what I'm going to be doing. And you can front run me if you want. If not, completely up to you. But this is the show where we're going to be talking about cryptocurrency as a wealth creation tool and using real estate as a wealth preservation tool when the timing says it's right. And so we're just having a blast blowing through here, this Mount Gox FUD. I mean, it is some serious Bitcoin world FUD. I'm seeing, people freak out all over Twitter. I see some of the Bitcoin OGs trying to come out and calm people down. It's like, it's insane because it's like it's in the Bitcoin world and not in our world so much, but it affects us, of course. And that might be why we saw some of this downward price movement yesterday into last night. I think we're seeing a small bounce right now. Whether we hold there, who knows? But you guys know, all you need to do is go look at the secret chart. The secret chart is printing a beautiful W. In fact, our good friend Hans had pointed that out today on his Twitter. Go look at his tweets. He pointed out the secret chart, the W it's printing, and that's bullish because it's on the weekly now. We're printing it on the weekly, and man, why do we care about ETH? Because man, I wanna compare it against something that goes up in value. The dollar is not going up in value anytime soon or ever. In fact, it's probably going to go to zero. So I don't want to chart it against that. I want to chart against an asset where I think can have a 2, 3, maybe a 5x in the tank for this cycle. And so that's what I'm doing. And that's what I want to beat. Also, I want to beat ETH gains. I might end up going to ETH at the end of the movie. That's remain to be unseen, depending where we're at the cycle. But in the meantime, I need to see how we're forming a foundation against ETH, if we're forming a bottoming there, and I want to go in based off of that information, not based off entirely of the dollar chart. You want to look at the dollar chart too. I get it. We want to know what price we're buying, especially if we're bringing in new money. It makes sense to look at the dollar chart if you're bringing in new money, because you want to know where you're buying at, how's it looking. But being that PulseX has looked like it's formed a bottom, Inc. is look like it's formed a bottom. Who knows? I think these assets are front running what Pulse Chain, the Spear is doing, and what Hex is doing. But we're going to have, actually, it looks like the myth, the man, the legend. Are we going to have Hans on today, man? This is going to be sweet. What up, Hans? How you doing, bro? You're like our favorite TA guy in the community, period. Like there's no other TA guy I look at now. Like your stuff is solid, bro.
What's up, guys? You can hear me. Yeah, I can see myself moving.
We got you now. Yeah, there was some issue there for a minute.
Yeah, I thought I would quickly come in and answer your questions, I guess. I do have something in the pan, but the longer it goes, it's actually better. But maybe we'll spend a few minutes and let's see what you guys are. What's up? But anyway, do you guys want a quick analysis? I've been listening to people and pulling up tabs and stuff.
Yeah, this is the one I wanted to have a look at first, because you're seeing that wick. Yeah, that wick down. Things are getting eaten up there, which is encouraging. I want to get your take on this.
So this is bearish market structure, right? And this is your breakdown level, and we've swept that, right? We've come down, and I've got the stop. This is what a trader's tool would look like here. So he's risking 5%, and they would buy this retest, right? And I'll just zoom in to shorter because we've broken below it, right? But this is not a this breakdown is, you can't take the trade here, or a professional won't take the trade here. You will wait for a retest, a rejection at that level, because you don't short support and you don't long resistance. That's very, very basic, right? So you need to wait for a retest. And I mean, sentiment is shocking. Like,
Boy, is it.
Let me share this share. I mean, this hasn't printed yet. It's at 29 currently. And the fear and greed, this is the max. I mean, this hasn't even printed today. I think the next print is like 10 hours. So it's going to be much lower than 29. So all of those are good things. So we have to see if we get rejected here. And on the 4 hour now, we've reclaimed that, right? Which is positive, right? But we need to close daily candles here. And I mean, if you go on momentum and your indicators, all of them are totally reset. Like the daily's got bullish divergence here. So you honestly, like, it needs to reclaim here and start building, and even reclaim this level here. But all of this is what we need, right? We need this correction to have happened. Even if you look on larger time frames here, I mean, look at this RSI coming. This is a weekly scale here. The last time it was this low was back here. You've got a lot of space, right? This is called the divergence. There's a divergence between momentum and price here. And yeah, so very clear levels to look out for. They've gone off after if it reclaims this position. They've pretty much gotten large players out here with this short, and retailers are all selling into this.
What
the
if we
timing?
don't...
Well, this is the measured move that we have here. So all you do is you measure it from how high it goes to how low it goes. And this takes us to the 61.8. This is just basic, the way I was taught these things. But there are still support levels at these levels, at the 51. There's still strong support there. I think it's sentiment is always the worst at these levels, at these times. So yeah.
What about the... I real quick, I want to address this. Have you seen some of our community members talking about that's the top, and that the left transit cycle is in, and then now we're going to have a bear market for the next couple of years? Have you seen that sentiment?
No, not really. No, the more mainstream influencers, I think. I don't know if you guys have seen any, but I think people are a little bit in disbelief. Yeah, and I don't think I'm too concerned. If you look at silver here, right, silver just practically did the same thing, but didn't have that massive sell-off. Like, Bitcoin is a $1 trillion asset. You guys are probably more familiar with the market caps. $1 trillion asset, right? Well, yeah, we can go to the market cap quickly.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is.
It is. Yeah, the market cap, these are aggregates of everything. And how much does the Mount Gox guys have? It's about 3 billion, right?
Yeah.
The German government has a few billion. I mean, what percentage of $1 trillion is that? That's like 4%. I can understand that can cause some volatility
and panic.
Yeah, and a really, really good narrative as well, as we spoke.
It is. People like, the top's in, the market cycle's over. This is over. It's all doom and gloom.
I mean, I spoke about all of these levels months ago, and I think people probably thought this oak is crazy. Like, you can see the link chart here, and I've got the 61.8 pulled up here, retests of these breakout levels. Like, I thought to myself, what is going to how is these things going to come back, right? And even if BTC does come to the 61.8, I would still have bought BTC here at the reload zone, right? For the timing's not there. I'm of the opinion that we've got into 2025 to go. I don't think this volatility, I wanted to see this like a long time ago when you start getting these oversold signals, and even on the monthly, right? It didn't get that high as previous levels. But this is a bearish divergence on the monthly scale. So, I mean, there are signals, and I know why they some people are calling for it. And no, I'm not going to put my head out there and say the top is in or anything like that. Yeah, I'm still very positive. If you guys quickly want to go over to Pulse Chain, I can just
That'd be great.
Yeah, let's
pull
look
up
at
here.
the RH tickers real quick.
So many of the like we showed link there, all of them are coming down beautifully, right? I mean, we can speak about Pulse Chain on weekly time frames. These indicators are totally reset, right? So we are pretty much oversold on the weekly again. The 3-day, this is the lowest the 3-day has ever been. On the daily, this is a third push of bullish divergence here, as price has been lower every single time. I mean, there's all you need to have now is a W on the chart to take along, right? Just as you were faked out here. But this kind of gave you an idea that, right, there's weakness in the chart here. We never even made the measured move of that. So we didn't break the low. So there's still bullish structures. Nothing wrong with that. We've shown many times that the market tests these levels, even on altcoins. But you have clear levels to look out for BTC, right? It's not, you need to hold that level. Like FTM, I'm just going to pull up a random one. It really doesn't matter. These lows get tested often, right? This is the monthly scale, right? You see these lows get ran a lot. We can look at many more ADA, and you can see all of them in previous structures. All of them form these double bottoms and even run their lows and still go on to do really, really well. So there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, it was a frothy market. We needed a pullback and an aggressive one. And so, yeah, I think that's some of my thoughts.
How does the let's look at the ink and the Pulse X charts really quick, if you don't mind.
Pulse X hasn't, I don't think it's even broken its recent low here.
Yeah. It's forming a bottom, right? Wouldn't you
Look at
say?
that. Yeah, how you could not have gotten worse news and you've made a higher low. That is how markets bottom.
I think it's front running Pulse
Yeah,
Chain.
look at it. Hasn't even retested this little W. It like came close to retesting this little W here. I mean, to be fair, Pulse Chain is here, right?
Yeah.
At this breakout level, trying to retest, trying to find support even down here, if you compare it like that. We're probably breaking out of a new all-time low high here. Very bullish chart, or candlesticks even here on the daily, right? That this is about to break all-time highs or the previous high that was made here. This is like a perfect cup and handle. Now, this is the PLS X versus PLS ratio, right?
Right.
Obviously, I won't be selling my PLS for PLS X here because this is overvalued, right? I need to wait for pullbacks here. And that's generally what I always do. Is like, I'm not a short-term trader. Like, I'm always looking to buy pullbacks, right? So this is really not my where I am best at, right? To try and predict if BTC is stop in here or whatever. I'm just always looking for a pullback to buy.
Right.
You said the incentive token.
Yeah, let's look at ink real quick.
So, I mean, for PLS X to have not lost its lows there, where all other altcoins have made new lows, or not new lows. Let's look at it quickly. Solana, I mean, it's also not ran its lows. Right, so this is the strongest one that you can possibly look out for. What is another one that's been Ethereum? Now they've ran the Ethereum lows, but that is just screams manipulation to me. The fact that they just ran these guys as longs, like this is like the best long you could have had, and they've ran those shorts because they'll have their short right there. Okay, let's just do the incentive token and I'll leave you guys to it. So there's bullish divergences here. You need to reclaim this level here, this $2.25 level. Let me just remove the volume there. We don't need that. So that's a bullish divergence there. And this is the 3-day scale. The daily bullish divergence. Obviously, it will be confirmed once we break above there. You just need a W. I mean,
we're so close, yeah, to a lot of the confirmations.
And this is the ratio between PLS and, I mean, I can't even look at it up here, right? I need to wait for it down there. And I mean, if BTC obviously would lose these levels and we have an extended like accumulation, reaccumulation, or a nice pullback into the 61.8, then we would probably sweep the lows on Pulse Chain, right? And do something like ADA and FTM and all those things did in the past. Yeah, hope and pray we hold here, hey?
Yeah, what about also, we call it the secret chart on the show, Pulse versus ETH. There's a W forming.
Oh yeah, let me just quickly go to that. Because yeah, I actually wanted to go ahead because ETH is showing a lot of strength off this bounce here. Yeah, so it's pushed it up. It's trying to break out, like it's rejecting at this level. We can look at it. This is the candlesticks. Now, this is very volatile because there's not a lot of liquidity. This is why you get these massive wicks. But you can still see the clear W. It's still there, right? And a higher low. That's what you look for. And to be fair, that'll only be a breakout there on the candlestick charts. But still, this looks fine. You've even held, like I've shown with the line chart, the candle body closes. It just depends on what you prefer, if you like wicks and tails or if you like the candlestick chart. But both of them have the W there formed and will be confirmed down there.
And that's the weekly, right?
Yeah, this is the weekly scale.
That's a powerful chart.
Yeah, and look how beautiful this is. Like holding these lows, making higher lows all the way, right? Maybe it's even defended that. Okay, so that's there. And you can see lots of W's on this chart as well, hey? Small ones here and a larger one. This is the weekly one here.
That's what's got me very interested right there.
This is what I would have done if I wanted to take this a lot higher, is I would have ran them here. Just deviated out of the range. Everybody is saying it's over. Bring out the best FUD as you can possibly bring, which is the Mt. Gox, which has been recycled over and over and over. But apparently they're getting it now. But this is a large market. Institutions could have been buying it OTC. There's lots of way to absorb such a large supply. I mean, like Justin Sun is saying things publicly, but what is happening behind closed doors and stuff like that?
In fact, I think Justin Sun, didn't he come out and say, I think Richard was joking. I think Justin Sun was the one that tweeted that said that he would negotiate with the German government to buy the BTC. OTC. That was interesting.
And just one thing to finish off, all of these people, this has been called the most hated bull market ever. Not only in crypto, but in stocks. It's just left everybody behind. All of the cash is on the sideline. So all of these bears who have been wrong the whole time are now, and maybe flipped bullish here, are now very, very vocal and very, very loud. So they have their day in the sun, but they're going to be very vocal, and you can already see it on the timeline.
Interesting.
But I'll leave you guys at that. Thank you for having me.
Appreciate you jumping in.
All right.
Always. Thanks, Hans.
See ya.
Man, I love. Yeah,
I love how talking about. You got to make it in 2025, man.
That's it. And I love how Even Kill and how he does all that without emotion. Like he's very emotionless in his TA. He's like, here's what it is. Like I've seen this time and time again. Or just here for the ride till 2025. To your point, and I mean, yeah, it for me, man. It's just more pieces to the puzzle piece, right? That were just the script's already written in this movie, and it's up to you to have the faith So it's entirely up to you.
Right.
Either be along for the ride or don't. Obviously, there is risk, and you need to make sure that if you're overexposed, are you making more money in the real world? Like there's things to kind of counter that risk. But like, yeah, for me, it's in my money. I know what I'm doing.
Right. Well, and it's nice too with I think a really important talking point that I don't see a lot of people talking about is that Pulse Chain isn't bonded in liquidity to Bitcoin, at least not directly. And so, crap. Am I?
Yeah, you're a little bit laggy in my end. I don't know if it's Puerto Rico internet or your internet.
No,
you're good now.
It's probably mine again. I think I'm back now. Yeah. I mean, Pulse Chain
Yep.
isn't directly bonded in liquidity to Bitcoin, and so we're not necessarily being drugged down as much as we could be if we were. We're bonded to ETH and ETH to Bitcoin, so it's not like a perfect.
And we're bonded to market sentiment. Like if the OGs of Bitcoin and the entire space is fudding everybody out, you're going to have people even in our ecosystem who are going to get fudded out, like from the sentiment, kind of how Hans was referring to there, and that trickles down.
Right.
Given us opportunity. National DCA, guys. National DCA Day. This is where you can front run Corey. Get in there and do it. No financial advice.
Let's get to it. Right.
I'm hoping to get my buy-in today.
I was hoping too. I talked to the banker. He called me yesterday. It looks like the money probably won't hit till Monday, so it might be Monday instead.
Yeah. Oh man, look, we got a pleasant surprise today. We got Bright Light in the house. What up, man? The creator of the Yep token. What's up, brother? How you doing, man? What's the good word?
I'm doing good. How are you guys doing?
Blessed.
Can you hear me?
We gotcha.
All right. Yeah, I thought I'd pop in here finally.
Yeah, man. It's good to see you.
Good to see you. Good to meet you finally on stream. Besides just catching each other's stream. I'm not working today, so.
Oh, because of 4th of July?
Huh?
Because of the 4th?
Yeah.
Okay.
I get like a 4-day weekend, but I took all next week off for vacation too. I got to paint the house and do some maintenance things around the house. So I'm taking time off for that. But I am drinking my Papa Bearish coffee,
There we go. Papa Bear. What is your thoughts of sentiment right now and where we're at with the market?
I feel like it's starting to turn around. Like there's like less FUD, and the FUD that does come out barely does anything to the market, and people are just they're doing what they can in buying. And yeah, it might go down with the Mountain Gox stuff and things like that, but people are just buying it back up. So
I know
it's starting to, it's like at that pivot point between like the bear to the bull for me. And as the ETH ETF news comes out, we'll probably start to be going up since we're tied. Pulse Chain's tied with ETH and so on and so forth. So I think we're at like that lull period right before we just start going.
Agreed. The lull period can last a little while though. Damn it, Hans just hopped off. He had talked about on his stream, I think it was yesterday, how the next altcoin season probably won't happen till the end of the yearish, which we also seen Sami talk about that too, just for where we're at in the cycle. So the lull period could be down here for a while. I don't mean we have to go down that entire time. We can go a lot of sideways too. And we can even go up a little bit and then come back down and retest and do all this other stuff. But, it could definitely still be a few more months. It could be a long summer. Get out there, spend time with family, paint the house. Like this is a great time to do that, right? Like focus your energy and effort somewhere else. Like next week, not next week, the week after next, I'm taking a little vacation myself. My brother, my sister, and my niece are going to be here in Puerto Rico, and we're going to go off to the Spanish Virgin Islands and spend time there and do some scuba diving and just hanging out. And I'm just going to decompress. I'm even going to pull like I'm going to pull my liquidity position out. And that way I don't have to like worry about what's going on. I don't want to worry about anything. And that way I can just go out there and be like, I don't give a fuck what crypto's going to do. You guys can go and get wrecked for another 80%. I'm not going to know what's going on. And I'm just going to completely decompress for that time period. And it's going to be beautiful. So I'm looking forward to that. And it's just the perfect time for it. It's just, this is it.
Yeah. I think these lull periods are a perfect time for LP providers earning yield.
Oh, it is. I'm enjoying the crap out of it.
Flat, straight market that just goes, just sideways, and you're just earning yield and you're stacking coins at the same time.
Brightlight, that is why I'm doing it. I'm a very anti-liquidity provider. A lot of the, for a lot of the market, like right now, that sideways or even downward, I'm okay providing liquidity. Like I'm good with it. That's what I did. I opened up a pretty good size position, pretty good size for my portfolio. And it's just been crazy. Dude, I've done it mainly in PulseX and Inc. And if you go measure Inc to PulseX, the chart, it's just doing this sideways, like coasting along. Today we had a little red candle. Inc lost a little value against PulseX, and now it's already popping back up again. Like, you're right, man. That is a liquidity provider's dream right there. Just hang out. Let me make some passive income while we're in this boring time. That way I have some excitement in my life.
Go look at the ETH price. Just get some excitement right now.
Just jumped.
Oh yeah, it just rebounded fully.
Really?
Over 3,000. I just turned on the computer and I've seen it.
Do you have the chart pulled up, Paul?
Let me see.
Once again, manipulation. Hans was saying
it rejected back off. It's down below, just at 29.95. But
someone's like, "Oh no, I'm selling."
Yeah, as people sell the Inc token, that ratio will jump down, but people will be buying it back up, and the LP will level back out.
Oh, all I gotta wait for is a semi-bullish sentiment. If I got more Inc in my LP because of it was going down, I just need to wait for any kind of bullish momentum because Inc always overperforms, and then wait for that ratio to pop in, and then I pull the liquidity.
Exactly.
Yep. You got to get good at this stuff, man. This is not overnight stuff, man. I've been wrecked so many times. Like I've got all these measures in place now. I've got alerts on Dex Screener. It's going to alert me when it hits different ratios. Like you got to prepare for the worst when you're providing liquidity. And I feel like I've gotten okay. I'm definitely not like a liquidity master, like, Crypto Sloth or somebody, but I'm definitely gotten better than I was. I'm better than I was a year ago. That's it.
Did you call yourself a trader then with all these alerts and constantly getting woke up?
Oh man, I'm not a trader. I'm not a trader. Although my charting has gotten better, just the tools that I use, I've gotten more fluent. It's because I want to know when a good DCA is, right? Like you want to know when a good DCA is, and I would like to know obviously when we pump again, like when should I start taking some profits? Like I need to start getting that in tune with that. So yeah. No, I don't want to be a trader, man. That shit is like Norbert. He's over there in the gym right now, but Norbert, he's doing some trading. That's not for me, man. I don't need to
nerve-wracking, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's nerve-wracking. It's a second job. I don't need a second job, man. But
it depends. If you set up your what we tend to do with my friends is we analyze the market. We set up these interest points. A point of interest on the chart, and then you just set up orders, buy here, sell there.
Yeah.
Normally how much it moves, take profit at that level, and that's it. But interesting is it's very similar. The all these asset classes like gold, silver, the oil, like Nasdaq, and crypto as well. Because if you think about it, announcements, news, sentiments, all these things are moving the markets. Today was a good example, and we don't know what's ahead of us for crypto as well. For example, right now people are panicking because the Mangox thing, but Hans described it really well. That is like drop in the ocean what they have. Like we shouldn't put that much significance, and the market will realize and correct itself. Today a good example: silver was at $30.70, let's say, and it dropped down just because some number came out on the U.S. job market, dropped down to $30.10, which was like a massive drop. And then literally, you had to look at the chart on the second, what's it called? Not the minute chart, the 1 second chart, to see that sharp drop, and then it bought back up again. It's like just because one number came out, everyone was like, "Oh my god!" And then they're like, "No, it's not that bad actually." And then we went back up straight away. So
it's the fear, man. I think I've gotten to a point now where I'm numb to the fear. I've gotten numb to the shit, dude. After you go to the SEC FUD and you buy that bottom, you can buy any bottom.
I think buying at 20 cents for Hex and buying higher at other things for me made me kind of numb. Although I believe in this ecosystem's way more, so I'm more comfortable holding these assets. So as the price goes down, I'm like, I don't feel the pain as much. Like, even though I feel the pain, I don't feel it as much because I'm more comfortable in who is the maker of these tokens and who sets the market and everything like that. So it's like Bitcoin and things like that. Everybody panics so fast. There's more newbies. There's more people in there that are uneducated, and they tend to sell and have the trader mindset. So it's like you got to play the news game or you got to play the FUD game. And in like the Richard Hardy ecosystem, you don't have to do that as much, except pay attention to our little tiny news and FUD and things like that, if you get what I mean.
Yeah. Oh, no, I totally get what you mean. We've had our events. We've definitely had our fair share of events. I feel like we've had the big, obviously the SEC FUD was the biggest, and that's what created our bottom. We're still not, even with our FUD now and where we're at and the levels we're still not in that SEC levels. We're not down there. We're getting close. It's close, but man, I think Hans says we could go down there and do a double bottom, and it's still very bullish market structure. So
I think after this lull period, there's going to probably be a couple FUD, like max FUD events to like try to shake people out before and have a little bit of a capitulation before we just start going.
Especially if we're assuming that it might not start going until, October, November, December in this area. There's too much time there for FUD or the news coming out and whatever it may be that, yeah. And more time to DCA, man. I mean, the longer I can get down in here and buy these lows, the more and better I'm going to do when it's time. That's it. And all you guys too. This
is classic. This is completely classic. We were supposed to have anywhere from July 2nd to July 11th, the ETH ETF launch. And now look, July 8th is what they're saying, which is Monday.
Yep.
And we dump out right before this. It's just, yeah.
Right.
What's coming next.
Yep. Right. We know what's next.
More dump, because everybody's expecting the ETH ETF to pump. And it probably will for a moment, but just like Bitcoin. I have never seen. Have you ever seen anything? Name me one in crypto. Buy the rumor, buy the news. It never happens.
No,
it's a golden rule. It's the same rule as this time. It's different. Those two things are literally golden in crypto.
I know it's and the masses fall for it every single time. It's crazy.
And usually there's like no news right before all of a sudden the big news comes out. You know what I mean? Like, that lull period right before all of a sudden the FUD event or the bullish event or news event, and it's just then it explodes or go down. We always have that lull period.
Always.
So retesting the SEC lows, probably ETH making. Do you think? Nah, ETH won't make a new low. No, that's way too far. That's like what, 750 or something.
Yeah. I don't think we're gonna make it right.
2,500. I haven't charted it. I don't know where it looks like what the levels are at, but
that's all this is. Pre-programmed FUD. That's always what it is, right? And Hans alluded to that. We saw it before the Bitcoin injections too. Bitcoin sold off. pre Bitcoin ETFs coming in, and it was to get the institution another opportunity to get their coins. We're seeing it right now. And so
I don't remember what Bitcoin went down to, but it started at 47K for the ETF. And it did 11 days or 12 days of down. And then I think it round tripped within 29 days, I think it took.
So about a month. Took about a month.
I'd expect ETH to go a little longer.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Because these things are new for many of the investors. For example, they still, just testing the water. Should I put some money on this thing? It's quite volatile. I want to see, 20% drop on my investment if I put in like 7 figures. And but the way how I see it, and help me out if you agree on this one or what your opinion about it. What we see with the current fiat system is that it's kind of doomed. Like it's no question about it. Dollar is backed by nothing. Inflation eats your value every single year, and then they come up with some fabricated number. Oh, it's now down to 2%. Oh, it was 10 last time. How comes it went down just like that? 8% inflation within a matter of a year, let's say, or less than a year, because that's what you hear from the last time when Jerome Powell and that European Central Bank, I don't know her name, that skinny woman, they were talking that, Europe is doing so well. I don't think so. So if I look around in Europe, I don't see that significant improvement in the people lifestyle, and then the road condition of the roads and stuff like that. But we still have to keep going. So what if they have to come to the point when they're not going to have a choice anymore? They have to implement what the technology has. And Brisology pointed out really well yesterday in one of the stream he was a guest on with Broke Boy Crypto and Evoke, when they were talking, that when he looked at it first time as an investment opportunity, all he could see was Ethereum called the smart contract. And he was like, what am I going to do with a smart contract? And at that time, when he looked at it, was 90 cents a piece. Imagine like how early he was at that time. And then he wanted to buy like 1,000 of them, and he didn't. So I guess he's pretty painful to live with that, actually. Same as me, not investing in HEX earlier and not taking profit. But let's say that the traditional financial market and the advanced crypto technology has to be combined together in order to carry on the growth, to produce new levels of improvements and advancements in the financial market. And another thing is, which are beauty about crypto, accountability. Everything is on the blockchain. You cannot tell me that, this number was fabricated or manipulated or whatever. Everything's going to be there clearly. So what if, because that's what my point, that we don't know what is ahead of us, what news is going to move the crypto market next time, just like this job market data or whatever it was. What was it? Non-farm employment data, which moved the market significantly. So what that next news going to be for crypto is going to move us significantly in the right direction. What do you think, guys? Do you think it has a possibility, or am I just talking nonsense here while I'm pumping iron?
No, there's always news to follow, right? A good trader could say he don't need the news. He could look at the charts and tell when the news is going to come. I mean, I think it's just going to be based off of the ETH inflows and some really bullish news around that. That could be, I'm speculating there. But that's what I think the next push up is for the news.
We're in the meme ETF cycle, so it's either memes or ETF. Unfortunately,
That's all it is.
Yeah, the market showed us that it doesn't care about anything tech, really. Unfortunately, it's laggard. It's the first time ever in crypto.
At least currently.
Yeah, but that was my point. The guys who are in crypto, is majority of them are either tired veterans who made some money and they struggling to make money anymore, so now they taking more risk and they rather give up their valuable coins for some fruit pitchers or fluffy animals to make more gains. So the new money is not here yet. But what if the traditional market is going to be combined with the crypto market, the technology itself, and then the serious people with good money, not the guy who watch Twitter all day and YouTube videos that, oh, the next 100x coins, and then he starts like, this is how I did it at the beginning. I watched like certain individuals, and then I'm like, oh, okay, then let's buy this one because the guy knows what he's talking about. But in the future, those serious investors, when they come through the ETFs or whatever, and then there's going to be new products, new developments coming in, then those numbers going to be significantly bigger, and they're going to value other things more than just some pictures of fruits and fluffy animals. That's where the real money is. This is what we see at the moment, is just money being moved from one group of people to another group. It's not like money flowing in nicely, like a decent chunk of cash. It's just like a rotation, reorganization of the funds. That's what we see at the moment, which is a bit sad, to be honest with you. But
I think once the central banks, besides the Fed, start cutting more rates and force the Fed to cut, it'll bring more bullishness, but will it inevitably have that like crash right after we cut rates, and then all of a sudden the money will be coming flooding in, and those bigger investors, they'll be more comfortable of coming in and taking more risk because they know money is cheaper. And that's what all these markets are waiting on. Even though the S&P and the Dow are all moving up and new all-time highs, it's like that's the safest play right now. That's why all the money's over there. They don't want to take risks because all the banks, they're holding rates, and Japan and some other country cut rates like 2 months ago?
Yeah.
Something like that. But last cycle, I remember hearing the same news about Japan and a couple other countries cutting rates, and about 6 to 8 months later, the Fed cut rates, but COVID happened at the same time. So it's like, that was a black swan at the same time. So I can't really gauge that all that well. So, like, is black swan going to happen this time or no? And I don't think it's going to, but like once that interest rate gets forced,
Yeah,
that's when they're going to get comfortable.
we see it historically after every time a Fed cuts, there's some kind of recession, whether it be a short-lived recession or a long-term recession. That bounces around, but it'll be interesting to see, and it's why Hans even alluded to it. I've seen Sami allude to it. This is called the most hated bull market in history because all that money is sidelined watching things go up. In the stock world, the NASDAQ is insane. You got companies like NVIDIA freaking absolutely smashing it. And there's a lot of money on the sidelines that's missing out on these gains, is missing out on these investing opportunities. And so it'll be interesting to see how this plays out.
Yeah, it's just uncertainties in the world. There's too much. Everything's. It's not riding on the election, but it's because there's such a fucking question mark in the White House right now.
Oh,
and
dude.
Everybody's looking at everybody else. It's the old Spider-Man meme. Everybody's pointing a gun at each other. Who's going to move first? So until that gets solved, the global liquidity market isn't going to grow. We aren't going to get more tether prints, which shit always rolls downhill. It's just not going to happen. So, I mean, yeah, it's going to feel like we're in player versus player mode. Everybody's trying to take money from each other in crypto until all those things get solved. Just the way the world is, it's the one thing that's taught me. And, now that you said Black Swan, I hadn't even thought about Black Swan. You remember 2022, after the 21 bull market, 2022, that was the talk. What's the next Black Swan? It's like, guys, by definition, Black Swan doesn't happen like that. You don't see it coming. You don't predict it. So I'm glad that narrative is gone, that talking point. I haven't heard that in forever.
Yeah, and maybe that's when it comes, is because nobody's talking about it no more.
And Patrick Bet David, he hints out like a white swan or a melt up, like all these assets all of a sudden just start flooding up, and that's when the money printing really starts. And that's probably when the next president comes in and changes a whole bunch of stuff. And that's when I think things will start to change too, even with the Fed, is because the next president will give those changes, or at least try to, you know.
Yep.
Whoever that is.
Maybe that's a top. What's up, Moondog? How we doing, brother? Man, we
I'm not
got Moondog out in
Hello,
Texas.
hello.
Yeah, man.
What's going on?
That was
Good
a
to see
fun
you.
event out in Texas, bro. How you doing?
Doing well. How are you guys?
Blessed, man. Always blessed.
Staying blessed. Likewise as well. Got
Yeah, what's your
vampires,
thought?
attorneys, sucking my meat. That's money, energy, time, and attention.
That's it.
But, you know, I still got these puppers here that bring me light every day. I got about
Oh, man.
40 different varieties of mint plants outside that I got to attend to. And once I recover from this vampiric attack and fun stuff we got going on, we got half a dozen properties in lawsuit from the pandemic era. Actually, we had a $10 million line of credit that the lenders didn't perform for us due to COVID issues. And so we're suing them, but we got the properties. They finally, you know, other stuff. Anyways, it's fun stuff, you know, and then we got
It
crypto
does not
line
sound
going
like
on here.
Sounds like a lot of stress.
That's why I sold all
Oh,
my rental properties.
good
I got out of real estate so fast.
It's you.
But I get it. I get it.
But yeah, it's good stuff. We got the crypto bros. I'm not as tapped into all the short-term ways, but I've been having meetings with some other friends in various industries, you know, oil, gold mines, other stuff, and other real-world assets. And we're looking at different
Cool.
protocols and stuff that we're gearing up. Shout out to Gift Tech and some of the stuff that they're doing as well, and some of the Blizzard employees and gaming stuff that they're bringing around. There's a lot of exciting stuff going on, y'all. So, you know, there's light and dark, just like this puppy here. But I'm here to spread the love and light best I can.
Dalmatian, right?
I like that, man.
She's my Shadowmation. Last time I was on a stream, fellow Hexan asked me, why is she so dark? Because she looks, you know, she's a little bit darker than the typical whiter with black spots. She's more black with white spots type puppy. And I was like, she's my Shadowmation.
Cute.
But shadow comes from the light, so can't have one without the other.
This is true.
One is the source, and the other is just a reflection, distortion, refraction of. So
Love it.
same thing, just different sides. Anyways, I've talked a lot, and I don't even know what I've said. There's a lot of
it's
other
good
people here.
stuff,
I'm gonna
man.
You good?
calm down a little and let some other people chime in. Hey,
Oh, the good stuff.
I don't know.
man.
I don't know where mine's at. He's sleeping somewhere. Freaking English bulldog. That's what they do.
Oh, you got an English bulldog?
Yeah, he's just upside down. Yeah, Duke.
Man, we got cats. I got 4 of them, and I think we're gonna give a couple back to my brother when he comes out. He doesn't know it yet. I hope he's not watching the stream. But when he comes out here, I'm gonna try to convince him to take a couple back home with him. I'm gonna keep a couple. But like, I do love them, but man, they're a lot of work. They're a lot of
Hey.
work for us, the family. It's just yeah.
Question for you. I haven't heard anybody ask this. What's the process for bringing pets to Puerto Rico?
No process, man.
Nothing.
There's a bunch of like guidelines that you're supposed to agree to. The airline could or could not, you know, do a check to see if they like your pet's been vaccinated, stuff like that. We've had no problem, and we've flown back here and back twice with all of them. So we haven't had an
6?
issue. 4 cats. So like, so
Okay,
4
okay.
cats. So like we brought them out, and then we went back, and then we brought them out again. And so like through all that, there's been no issues whatsoever. And you could, Dane, you brought a dog out here, right? Dane,
I can tell you, we had issues. So,
Okay.
So the problem with dogs is that, well, I should say pets in general. So as long as they're not over like, what is the? I feel like it's like 20 pounds. As long as they're not over 20 pounds, then you shouldn't have much issues. Problem is our little poodle that we bought was supposed to be under 20 pounds. We got sold a sour bag of goods, and he's like 28 pounds. And that was a way too expensive dog for the size that he is. So that's neither here nor there. It is what it is. But needless to say, Yeah, the airlines were a nightmare to try to get him moved over. So we've had to go with specific airlines. We've had to do some additional qualifications. It's been a nightmare. If my wife didn't love him, then he would no longer be part of our family. So that's where we stand.
How
That's where we
cold
stand.
are you, Dane? You're so cold.
I am that guy, but that's how I feel about it.
Is he with you right now?
Yeah, yep, he's with us right now. So
Oh,
we've
he's
got to
already coming
fly
back.
JetBlue or United, or no, we've got to fly United. So we fly United everywhere, so we can take him when we need to take him. And yeah, it's less preferable for sure.
What a pain in the ass. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It is, man. I would say if you're coming out here or thinking about coming out here, that could be something that I wish I would have just, figured out my family members, taking care of them. It's just it has been a pain in the butt. It's so.
I don't think my dog could go on an airplane ride. She's too hyper. She's Siberian Husky, so she's half
give her-
and
Give her some medicine.
melatonin or something.
Yeah, I give her the
Yeah.
sedatives. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
The
I don't
same
think-
thing I seen on like a local Facebook page. People bitch about fireworks last night. I'm like, why have you guys not gone to a vet and gotten the sedatives for your dog so they can get through 4th of July if they're that bad?
Right.
My dog freaks out. I have to put her in the garage so she can just lay down and calm down with the explosions and stuff.
Good thing your dog's not investing in crypto then.
I think she would have had a stroke by now.
Yeah, exactly.
And my cat's a little killer. She'll sit on the roof and just kill birds all day and all night. And she just kills it. She's like a half outside cat, half inside cat, but she just goes after the moles and the birds and stuff. Every week you see bird feathers all over the yard.
We have some birds living in this chimney right here, actually. I had a fire a couple weeks ago.
Oh, crap.
Yikes, man.
The recliner to that couch set there was a little bit too close. I woke up to it broiling right there. So some of the art got singed, but it's nice. It's an angel and a dragon, and it goes fine. And it's superficial damage. But after the fire, I guess that was probably about a couple of months ago. Time is relative. Because since then, some birds had moved in to the chimney, to the fireplace, and I've just been letting them stay up there. But they've been getting big enough that the babies have been either falling out or getting out of the nest. So the puppy there, she got the first one. I saw her in here. She's playing with it. Let her take it outside. She rolls around with it outside every once in a while. It's taken over the squirrel that she had last week that she was chewing on. But yesterday, two of them, I heard her get up and excited. So I went to check, and two of them had come down. So I took them outside because the day before another one had dropped down, put them all outside in the garden. And my business partners were with me whenever the first one had dropped, and we saved it. So when the two came down yesterday, I sent them a clip from the one of my favorite TV shows is Community. Dan Harmon, who's known for Rick and Morty, but Community is by far one of my favorite TV shows just ever. But there's an episode where Abed, the Wi-Fi goes down, and the character who has Asperger's, which I tend to relate to, but he wants to save the birds. So there's clips or different things about why he wanted to save the birds. I sent that to my business partners as a little meta multiverse universal, just living life and taking what it gives us and throwing it out there for us to play with. So it's been fun stuff.
Yep. It's life is what we make of it. You are your decisions and what you have done up to this point are what you got in your life is the direct results of that. And so, yeah, it is our job to how we respond to the things that happen to us in our life. And that's what makes us and defines us. And so it's a good point.
So I tell people
I learned
protect your team and your meat. It's your time, energy, attention, and money.
Yeah.
Here's the key. Care is key. What you care about enough to pay attention to, spend time on, and exchange energy, or what we've universally valued in an exchange of energy into money with, that literally creates the worlds that you experience within yourself and around you. That's literally the creative and generative force behind your life. So the more that you spend time, pay attention to that, spend time on it and understand it, the more access that you'll have to the levers and pulleys that control your experience in your life, both
Oh,
within
well said.
and
Love
emanating without around yourself. So that's my 10 cents.
Beautiful.
My 2 cents were free.
Beautiful. No, it's $100 thing, man. It's $100 thing. It's not a 10 cents. That's for sure. That's why, guys, we're not gonna grow. That's for sure. As soon as we start valuing the real things in the crypto community, that's when we're gonna start seeing the bigger numbers coming in. Until that, we just value these shitty meme tokens. No one's gonna take us seriously, and then the real money is not gonna come in.
Norbert hates the meme coins.
No, I don't hate it. Meme token has the space in like every word, like a circus, like, or a comedy show, of course. But you're not gonna watch comedy show the whole day, and then put all your money on the comedy show. It doesn't work like that. But right now,
we got the Camel Clan in the audience, man. This is he's trying to spearhead the next meme coin revolution. So,
yeah, I'm ready, man. I'm ready. My portfolio is begging for some X's, that's for sure.
This morning I was listening to Jordan Peterson on Tom Bilyeu, and they were talking about Jordan Peterson was talking about speaking with Richard Dawkins. And Richard Dawkins is actually the person who originally coined the phrase meme back in his book, The Selfish Gene. And it's been a while. But it was originally the way the word came into creation originally, before the internet has modified and adapted it, is a non-genetic unit of cultural transference. So it's a way of transferring your values non-genetically. That's what a meme originally encapsulated. So again, the more that you pay attention to, spend time on, figure that out. Memes we are in an information abundance landscape right now. And the problem is our filtering, we aren't designed for abundance in this way. We're designed for we've adapted to a certain scarcity in certain areas of our life, and data and information is one of them. We're exploding through some of those previous barriers. Our attention, though, is going to be the key to how you navigate this explosive abundance, which way you're going to go, because what you pay attention to is going to navigate where you go. And memes are lit. So we're in an attention warfare. It's literally everything is begging for your attention, for your time, for your energy, and what you care about. So that's what the memes are really discerning on the truth engine machine, or the blockchain, for us. What do people care enough about to actually spend time on? What community, what rallying cry, what joke, what idea do you care enough about to put your money and your action behind? And the thing is, and your money, you can, where you're at in life, those two things are going to have different values to you, your money versus your action. Because when you're later in life and you have more money, it's a bigger pile. It takes a bigger pile to equal the little bit of time that you have left. So you're also seeing people with different values that are, having an opportunity to come together and exchange those values in different ways on the blockchain, through their actions there, on the media, through our interactions interpersonally. It's a beautiful thing. I don't know. I'm just riffing now. I'm a channel. Usually when I'm on my own channel, I tell people, feel free to change it if you don't like what you're hearing, but just broadcasting this
great.
Best I can.
Yeah, that was good.
I think it's great, bud.
No, seriously, appreciate you sharing. Corey and I have a call we need to jump off of. So in fact, I think that's a great note to leave on, is in the end of the day, right? You reflect who you are and what you believe in, and where you spend your time and energy and attention is critical to determine the outcomes and experiences that you're going to continue to have in your life. So appreciate you sharing that. Appreciate you guys being here live on the show. Those of you in the comments, you guys make the show what it is. So if you haven't already, smash the likes, the subscribes on your way out. We're here to pump everybody's bag. The pumps are coming, not financial advice. Make it to 2025. It's going to be all right. We appreciate you guys. Have a great day.
In the meantime, go create value in the world, create money and energy, and bring it back in to the blockchain. That's what you could do. Focus your time and energy on creating value for your fellow man and woman. Peace, guys.
You guys.
Love and light. Stay blessed, y'all.
Boys.
All the best. All the best.